Viva los Bills. Viva los Bills. Viva, viva los Bills. A little rough there, but welcome to another episode of Viva los Bills. I'm your host, Will Colon, aka Buffalo Will. Joined as always by the man, el primo favorito de todo el mundo, cousin.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
And as always,
I love that intro.
Big Bobby Blackjack in the background. Had to go with a little Viva, the whole Vegas theme. Bills are headed into Vegas this week. Try to go 4-0. But being like you set this already, Vinny, let me reach over to my left. Looks like I'm going to my right, but let's go to my left. I gotta hand my Yankees. I gotta get a Buffalo Bills cooler. I don't have one. My kids got me a Yankees cooler, which is my baseball team. We're in the playoffs, by the way. While I'm opening this, let's say congratulations to the Tampa Bay Lightning for winning the Stanley Cup. Woo! Congrats to them.
Congratulations.
Let me close this so I can keep it cool during the show. I got my medalla. I had to go out there and buy a 12-pack today. So are you ready, sir?
I'm always ready, baby.
I can't remember.
This tastes good after a win.
I can't remember my buddy's name. He's a security guard at one of the jobs I work at. He's like, man, you guys are going to be getting drunk on show. 3 beers. Might be 4 next week. Let's see. Anyway, cheers. Let me grab this. Salud.
Salud.
Whatever you want to say. Cheers to the Buffalo Bills. Congrats going 3.
Salud.
It's nice and cold.
Tastes so much better after a victory, buddy.
Yes. Been a long day and a victory. We'll talk about that victory in a little bit. As always, we'll go over a little bit of the news that's happening. So one thing, I know it's not pro, but in Notre Dame they had 18 players test positive with the COVID-19, and they were blaming some meals they had. And I guess they're trying to say it was, I don't know, the people who handle the meals and so forth. I don't know all the information. I just took little highlights real quick, and that's a big thing, especially in college, to have 18 of your players struck with COVID-19. So hopefully everybody lays low, heals up, and gets back on track. Talking about COVID-19, it finally struck one of the teams in the NFL, and it's the Tennessee Titans. 4 players were tested positive. I believe it was 5 staff members. It kind of affects the Buffalo Bills. Their game against Pittsburgh for this week was postponed indefinitely. They don't know when they will be played again as of right now. But it gives
more time to prepare.
Yeah, they would have had a short week to face the Buffalo Bills, which is good, a little help for us. But now it's almost like they have a whole bye. So now they have 2 weeks to prep for the Buffalo Bills, which I don't like, but hey, what are you going to do about it? It happens. Yeah. I'm surprised they actually postponed the game, being that this is the first time somebody they got 4 players. That's why you have this extended practice squad. Those 4 players should have been separated, sent out.
Yeah.
4 players should have been brought in. I don't know the staff members or what they do exactly.
I think there was from what I read earlier today, I believe it was 9 total people, including staff members also, and game day people.
4 players and 5 staff members. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know exactly what the staff members do, but at least those 4 players, according to the way it was supposed to happen, should have been sent off into quarantine. 4 players from your practice squad should have been brought up. And if nobody else tested positive, okay, you're good to go. It's not the rest of the teams or the league's problem that you had those 4 players, out. So why?
So how does that work, Will? If the guys are, the positive guys, they're still going to be able to play. What is it? 10 days from Sunday, so it would be 14 days.
Well, they would have to pass
it again,
like 2 negative tests to be able to play again. I believe that's how it's supposed to work.
Hopefully it was like what happened to the Buffalo Bills when they got them false positives from that place in New Jersey.
Well, if that was
the case,
they would have canceled. I think they probably tested it again, and they probably came up negative again because if you'd have to wait and see if it was a false positive or not. They probably tested right away. But my thing is, if we're going to have that large or bigger practice squad, for these types of situations, why did you just postpone the game right away instead of,
Yeah,
leaving
bringing the
it?
other guys up.
Yeah, so I don't know. To me, it's a little weird. Like you still
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, they got nobody sick in Pittsburgh, but again, I understand you have no control about it, but it
hmm
shouldn't affect everybody like this. You have your practice squad, bring them up. Hey, you got to
Well, they
play the.
actually, well, what happened was, they had 4 positive players, but they
Mhm.
actually closed the facilities too. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that has a
I
lot to do with it
get
because
it.
where they're going to go practice, you know?
Go find a college or something where
They,
nobody's at.
that's
I
what
don't know.
I
Or
know,
where
but I guess it's a
practice
last
is.
second deal, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. They should have I think they closed the practice facility or closed the facilities for one day, and then I guess when the other guy tested positive or something, the
Yeah.
other player,
That's what
then they shut it down. But
yeah.
again, everybody was planning for this for supposedly from the beginning of the season, so it should have been in place. Oh, we slipping. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, yeah, man.
All
Oh,
right, little taste of Puerto Rico there.
mm, ah,
So anyway, let's move on from them. Personally, I think they should have just brought up 4 players from the practice squad, cleared the place for 2 days, find somewhere else to practice, and move on from there. Now, I'm just looking at it as a Bills fan right now that, hey, we had a short opponent coming in here with a short week, and now they got 2 weeks to plan for us and heal up even more. Everybody in this
and
league is banged up.
not only that, we're going to the West Coast to then come back. So it's
Yeah,
gonna be
it's
a
going to
little toll
stink.
on us, you know?
Talking
Yep.
about everybody being banged up. Last week, there was 170 players on the IR.
Oh,
Ridiculous. It's crazy.
it's
You
crazy.
know, I mean, everybody, I know you could put them on the IR. It's easier this year and they could come back. But still, man, 170 players, now you can't tell me these players can't say, hey, we don't need preseason. I know this year is different
Yeah.
conditioning. You couldn't get out there. I mean, you could work out on your own at your house, do whatever you had to do, but you can't tell me you don't need preseason. If anything, you need at least 2 preseason games. Man, you gotta get used
At
to
least
getting
two
there.
games. I agree with you.
It's crazy. It's 170
I mean, think
players.
about it. These guys. These guys just came in and went directly into games. No preseason snaps, no nothing. It's just, that's why a couple of teams are still playing like they're in the preseason. Jets, but
Definitely.
they definitely need at least 2 games. But I understand what's going on with the COVID. I'd rather they just play the season out than
Mhm.
not have a season at all. You know what I mean? But then what's gonna happen at the end? This is unprecedented, man. What's gonna happen to the Super Bowl winner? Is it going to be, people are going to be talking about it like, oh man, it wasn't legit because, a lot of teams weren't really ready. I could just see it coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
For whoever wins the Super Bowl. I'm hoping that the Bills win it. And if they do win it, I'm going to take it however we can take it. But there's going to be some backlash with people, whoever wins the Super Bowl, like, oh, you guys didn't win it legitimately because there was no real preseason. Guys didn't get to prep. That's why some teams weren't ready. So
mhm.
this we've never seen nothing like this before. So it's totally different.
I agree. I think people are going to say that, especially if their team doesn't win. I said I actually
Exactly.
think the Bills. I think it's going to be Bills against Seattle. I would love the
Mm.
Bills to win, but I don't know. But that's my prediction. I mean, talking about like you're saying, some teams aren't ready. I mean, there's 7 undefeated teams still in the league. You have Seattle, Green Bay, Chicago, Tennessee, Kansas City, Pittsburgh, and our Bills, all undefeated still. I mean, after this week, well, now we won't know because Pittsburgh against
And the
Tennessee,
Titans. Yeah.
one of those guys would have gone undefeated. And I thought maybe one more team would have lost this week. My pick would have been the Chicago Bears. I think they were going to lose this week. I still believe they will lose this week
Mm.
or whatever. But we have 7 undefeated teams, and we also have 8 teams that have not had a win yet. Offers, man, it's kind of crazy.
And jobs on
Anyway,
the line, coaching jobs on the line at that. Jets.
yeah. Another thing is, where am I over here? I got to share something else, do something else. The Raiders in the news. So last week, Gruden got fined. The team got fined. So what happens? Read it over here. Raiders fail. They had an event, a public gathering on Monday night for the Raiders tight end Darian Waller. who hosted a
Okay.
fundraiser for his foundation, which seeks to help youth to avoid and overcome addiction to drugs and alcohol. Great, nothing wrong with that. Good for him for
Mhm.
doing this. But videos popped out that Derek Carr, Nathan Peterman, Jason Witten, Foster Monroe, I believe it is, we're all without masks. Two tight ends without a mask, two quarterbacks without a mask. It's not funny, but
Mhm.
you just got fined. Your team got fined for stuff like this. I mean, Mark Davis, the owner, was pretty much said, you don't like seeing this, and that it's not built into your mind, that you always have to wear these masks, which is true. But
Yeah.
during these times, your coach got hit, your team got hit, and now you guys go out and do this. And they were saying, the team might get fined again. Uh, they were saying also that
They could lose draft picks. I heard.
there was something like that too. I didn't even really heard that whole
Yeah.
story. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Which is insane. So just
I mean,
imagine.
did you actually see John Gruden's mask? I mean, it literally is like, it was like this.
Really? I
It
mean,
wasn't covering anything. It was crazy. But they're talking about I think it was $100,000 fine and actually losing a couple draft next year's draft pick or something like that. But I mean
somebody.
that's what the rumor has it. But that's crazy.
Well, that was the thing. There, we got Kyle
Absolutely.
just popped up right now. We were just talking about that, and there
Hmm.
was something I was seeing that they actually could get suspended. So just imagine if they suspend Carr. Hey, I like Nathan Peterman when he was here. Kyle could tell you I actually was rooting for the kid. I think he got screwed a few times getting thrown in some bad situations. But whatever, that's a different story. But if they don't have Carr, no Nathan Peterman, excuse me, who is their other quarterback? Marcus Mariota, who's on IR. They're
He just
starting
no, they pulled
three
him off.
quarterbacks are all gone. I mean, I don't know who
Well,
else they would have, but
they're
hey,
pulling Marcus Mariota off of IR, but he can't play for another 3-4 weeks, so that doesn't affect us. Nathan
so
Peterman, I like Nathan Peterman, even though he did what he did in Buffalo. He's from my area. I live down here. He went to Bartram Trails High School, so I followed him.
okay,
My son's high school actually played him. My son actually played against him, so I've been following him from high school level. And he did catch bad breaks over here in Buffalo, man. I mean, they
yeah,
threw him in a couple games, head first. I still follow the guy, but I mean, he should have did better later on. But
yeah,
he's in the Raiders, and also Zay Jones is over there too. So there's a
yeah.
couple players I'm gonna be watching on that
Mhm.
end. They got the tight end from Dallas. They got Waller. They got a whole bunch of ballers. It ain't gonna be a cupcake game. I'm telling you that much.
No, don't get me. Listen, if they should suspend them, I mean, I don't know, but if they're going to follow the rules, I guess they can suspend them. You would be missing your top three tight ends,
Yeah.
which would be gone. Your starting
It's probably gonna be
quarterback would be
fines. They're
gone.
probably gonna be fines because
Yeah, I
realistically,
can
Will,
do a
if they
fine.
suspend them, they won't even have a team. They won't even have no offense. You know what I mean? Think about it. There are a
Well, I
couple tight
mean,
ends, the quarterback.
yeah, no, exactly. Your top three tight ends will be gone. Your starting
Yeah,
quarterback and your backup
be
will be
gone.
gone. So I mean,
Yeah,
hey, it'd be great for us, but
yeah.
I
There won't
I
be a
think it's
game.
too
I
much.
mean, Marcus Mariota, they pulled him off the IR list. He ain't gonna be available for 3 or 4 games, I believe.
Yeah,
So who
they
they
would have
have? I mean,
they
it's
would
gonna
have to
be
use whoever's on their practice squad, or try to bring somebody off free agent real quick for one game and be like, all right, here, hand the ball off, try to do some quick slants or something, and that's about it. you know,
yeah.
it'd be
I
insane.
personally think there'll be a heavy fine rather than suspension. I mean, maybe a fine for the first time and then a suspension on the second time. You know what I mean? Because to give you suspension right off the bat, I mean, that's going to put a lot of teams in jeopardy. Look at the Titans right now with the guys that they're
Yeah,
short.
yeah,
It's going to be crazy. I mean, this COVID, it's unprecedented. We could speculate all we want, but how the league responds is how the league responds. We're just going to have to sit here and think about, you know, what's going to go down. Like that's right, Kyle Richie Incognito, another player that I always root for too. I love the guy Richie Incognito, and you're right too. We just spoke about Zay Jones, yeah. So I'm gonna keep an eye on him too because he had a couple really good catches. So
I
where
like
the Bills are up for a challenge. I mean, they're 2-1 right now. You know what I mean? Um, New England beat them, but I mean they solidly beat them.
Right.
Handily beat them. They were behind 2 scores during the whole game. But go ahead.
We'll talk about that later. We can't jump the
I'm
gun.
jumping the gun.
We're
That's
jumping the
just
gun.
one, man.
Yeah, I was just waiting for this little news, but it's Hey, well, we'll talk about that, but let's see what the league does
You're
about it.
slacking. You're
Uh,
slacking. I'm done, bro. You're slacking.
I mean, it's only 15 minutes in, man. Come on. Anyway,
Done. I'm done.
we'll move on from this. We will talk more about that coming up in a little. I looked up ESPN power rankings. Bills are at fifth, up one slot from sixth, which I'm surprised about. And the one we started off watching the power rankings was CBS Sports. Bills are actually up to fourth from fifth. Again, I'm a little surprised about it. Real quick news: Michael Thomas from the Saints. He started practicing on a limited basis. Sprained ankle. I mean, he's one of the big players out there, but he's starting to possibly come back. They're not sure if he's going to play on Sunday. And another one, I believe it was, what's his name? Forget about it. From out of, I don't know why. Oh, receiver out of Atlanta. He's banged up too, the main one. Julio Jones was limited in practice also. These are two big receivers. Again, like I said, last week there was 170 players on IR. Big names coming out. Quick thing. What do you think about these power rankings? The Bills moving up a spot from where they were, like ESPN 6 to 5, from fifth to fourth on CBS.
I'm excited about it. I mean, we're probably right where we need to be right now. I'm a Bills fan. You're a Bills fan. We've always been underdogs. I love to be the underdog. So, for them to push us higher than that, I really don't like the spotlight as a Buffalo Bill fan. I like to stay under the radar. But the thing is, with Josh Allen, the way he's playing, MVP, early material, the Buffalo Bills aren't under the radar anymore. People are watching the Buffalo Bills. And we'll get into that Rams game. I mean, we totally dominated the first half. You know what I mean? We'll get into it in a little while. Yeah. But, people are watching the Buffalo Bills and specifically watching the maturity and the things that Josh Allen is doing, both with his feet and his arm.
Well, we could start talking about it now, whatever. Here, we'll throw this slate up. This is from, what site is this? I'm not even sure. I don't remember. I don't think it was the Bills site or somebody else's site. Let me find it. And here we go. Bam! The Buffalo Bills win 35-32 against the LA Rams. I got to watch the full game this week, which was great. Kind of gave me a headache as well. Listen.
I had palpitations, man. I'm going to tell you. I had palpitations.
We were texting each other. I was texting Kyle and I. We all go back and forth. Look at Kyle, Josh Allen for president. With the president we have, I'll take Josh Allen. Listen, I'm happy and I wasn't happy. I'm happy that we are 3-0, which is great. I'm not happy how we played the second half of the game. So far, the last 3 weeks, I mean, you can even say the Jets, we haven't played that great in the second half. I understand we're up. They're winning the game. Fine. But in the second half, at one point,
it's just a collapse.
It's rough. They gave up over, I think, 300 yards in the second half. Totally different from the first. First quarter, Rams missed a field goal. Luckily, they missed that field goal. Okay. AJ Milano, he had his first sack. I mean, AJ Epinesa had his first sack.
Epinesa, yeah.
It was a diving sack. He caught him. At one point, I forgot his number. I'm like, damn, what linebacker was that?
57,
the first touchdown to Smith, wide open. Why? Because he gets 3 passes a year, man. Nobody's sticking him.
That's right. Nobody. Me and you talked about that. It was like, when he caught the pass, I was like, who the heck was that?
Great. Hey, it was beautiful. He got his touchdown. But like we said in the past, when he's there for one thing, and that is blocking. So he got open. Absolutely. Nobody was even paying attention. Now, the thing that was actually cool was that, it was against Jalen Ramsey. That was Ramsey's guy. And what happened was, I believed Allen looked away or something, and he did a move, and it caused Jalen to go the opposite way.
Freeze up. Yeah.
He froze him up. So that, and you could see Ramsey was like all broken down. So I don't want to hear Ramsey
Well,
say crap, even though he did change about him.
He did talk crap about him, especially when he was with the Jaguars. He talked about what a crappy pick that was, that he was trash, and it's going to show during the season. So Josh Allen had a chip on his shoulder. Did he know Smith was going to be there on him? On Ramsey, we don't know that, but I mean, what I like about Josh, he's reading through his progressions, he's seeing everything, and he's hitting open guy. I mean, if you look at him, he's hitting all different receivers. He's not just focused on one guy. Yeah. You know what I mean? I thought John Brown would have a monster game, but unfortunately he hurt his I believe it was his calf in the first quarter. So
one thing that was great about that drive was that they scored twice before Lee's, even though they got called back. They scored each time they did their plays, which was great. So he called great plays, but finally we got the touchdown with Smith, which was beautiful.
Yes.
Going to the second quarter again, the Bills dominated the first half. What was it, 28-3? I think it was
28-3. Yep.
I remember texting, "Oh man, I hope they don't start playing this damn prevent defense and let them score."
I told you, I said the momentum's going to change right after that interception, but we'll get into that in a little while.
We'll get into that too. But Nadia, at least this week they didn't give up a field goal before halftime. Second quarter, Levi Wallace. He picked off Goff, we're trying to go to Jefferson or Reynolds, one of them. I think it was Jefferson. Not sure exactly. But, it looked like they were playing zone. I told you he dropped back. Mm-hmm. Luckily, he was there. You knew they were going to go after Levi. So it was nice that he actually was able to get that pick. Gabriel Davis, big plays. Josh finishing up on big plays. One thing, let's see the.
And I would, to be honest with you, when you're bringing up Levi Wallace, I thought they would attack him more. I think they would only attacked him 3 times. Out of the 3 times, there was 2 catches, I believe, for 24 yards, and then he got that pick. So he redeemed himself. I text you about Levi. I was like, they're gonna pick on him, they're gonna do it, but he redeems himself. Yep. He played, he stepped up. So he gained his respect back. You know what I mean? He's been balling too, man. I got to give it to him. It's a big bounce back play for him. He needed to bounce back with a good play, and he rose up to the thing. Because the week before that, with the Dolphins, I mean, I think he gave up 100 yards. So they really did him in.
Well, they did that. I mean, one thing, the Rams were running the ball in the first half, but the Bills D, they were able to stop them to a field goal, which was great. My thing was, they kept running the ball. They needed to sub the defensive tackles more or quicker because you saw they were getting tired. Like I told you, my big thing is they need one of those 340 plus defensive tackles.
Plug up the hole.
You saw it in the second half. It was like, listen, I love Ed Oliver. I love Harrison. I love these guys, but they're not that big. You need one of those big guys who could take a double team and free up, let's say, Ed Oliver to get to the guy. Or, he takes 2 people, or you just got to make sure you get around that big body. It drives me crazy that they don't have that. Anyway, keep going from there. When I saw TJ Yeldon actually running the ball with 22, I saw 22. I was like, who the hell is wearing 22? I was like, but Bill's got that.
We're going to get to that.
Tom.
We're going to get to that.
Okay? We'll go over that. Trust me. Anyway. When I saw him wearing 22, it threw me off, man, because I know it's not retired or anything, but that was Fred's number. And I must say, TJ was running hard, and he looked good while he was running that ball.
He did run pretty good.
That was good. Tyler Croft getting his touchdown easy, wide open, It was just a linebacker bumped him off and left him alone. Touchdown. Nice. Good read by Allen. Going down to the third quarter. My God, they had a big 4th down where the Bills D, which was good, stopped them. Singletary has some nasty moves for some nice runs on that. Diggs big TD against Ramsey also. So Ramsey gave up 2 touchdowns last week. And now where are we going? Is this where I got a few more things? Because like I said, the 268 yards in the second half, which ended up being more because they've added more towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
what is that? Kyle saying Bills may be missing Star Latulier. Yeah, I think they are, but he's still not even one of those 340 plus big guys.
Yeah, I don't think about him since he opted out. I'm like, you know what? I don't even kind of think about him. You know what I mean? It's like
Tom Casey, you're right.
absolutely, Tom.
Tom.
Absolutely,
right.
Tom. It was a big collapse. It was a huge collapse. And I saw a couple memes out there on Facebook that had a picture of the Bills turning into the Atlanta Falcons.
Well, listen, Tom, we weren't a top. We are top 5, but we're not the top defense in the league. Whatever. You keep shooting, we'll keep talking. All right.
That's right. Hey, you know what? But real talk, we've given up about 56 points in the past 2 games. I mean, we got to do something, man.
That's what I'm saying about these top rankings. Us going power rankings, going up a slot. I'm surprised they're just going off of offense. I think because
they're going off the offense. Absolutely.
Continuing with this game, real quick. The defense were in the second half. They were rushing all over us. Drove me crazy. That's why I'm like, you need one of these big ass defensive tackles. And we weren't even getting that much of a rush on the defensive ends. And what I liked that they were doing, they were subbing these guys. They started subbing them to keep them somewhat fresh.
Yeah.
But there was times I watched Murphy taking a straight line instead of coming out and forcing them back into the middle. But there was many times they were just blowing up our middles. Yeah, try to contain them. You know, he did it a few times. AJ
I saw that,
looked pretty good out there, but AJ, you could see he was being out muscled sometimes. You know.
I mean, the first game he only had 17 snaps. This game he's getting 23. He had a couple of hurries and stuff. So he's a rookie. I mean, I love the kid. You know that. I told you that from.
Yeah, he's going to learn.
He's going to develop.
Yeah, like you said. Thing 2 is
listen. The one. I'm going to give it to you real quick, and I'm going to leave it alone. But Winters got me. I'm really concerned about Winters, man. Really concerned about Winters. I mean, he's just got manhandled. I saw the videos with all the strength that he does, but man, he's getting dish ragged, man. I don't know. That's Brian Winters, man. Step your game up, homie.
The one thing Jordan, remember Jordan, Jet fan, he said, he's like, good luck with Winters. Or I think it was Jordan or Justin who comments. They were saying, listen, you're going to get at least 2 holding calls a game with him.
And he sure did.
He really wasn't playing, and then he did the 2 games. I was like, come on, man. You can't be doing that. And it cost us. Anyway, the one play I didn't like, they were towards the end zone. They're driving. I think they were around the 15 or 11-yard line. And our corners are playing 10 yards off. Our corners
they were real soft coverage,
1-yard line or 2-yard line. What are you doing? At least 5 yards. Listen, I wasn't a pro player.
I know you were going crazy over that zone stuff, over the zone coverage, and they're playing too soft. But that's kind of like the philosophy. They have like a bend but don't break philosophy, but not at the goal line, dude. I'm with you, man.
Listen, bend don't break, but we had a fracture. It just didn't snap. You can't give a team 10 yards off. You can't play them as a corner 10 yards off and be at the 1-yard line. Come on, that's ridiculous.
Especially with Jared Goff, man. Jared Goff will pick you apart with time because he was back there. He had time.
Yeah,
you weren't getting too much pressure on him.
Woods, Cup, their running backs, Higbee. I'm surprised they didn't really go off. Anyway, I didn't like that. It was a great thing. Croft, luck. Okay, let's go into where's Tom? Everybody all over. I was watching ESPN. I was watching NFL Network. I was watching all these people talk about the pass interference call.
Bro, that's the last play of the game. We gotta talk about the interception first.
Yeah,
we have to talk about the interception.
That's my thing. Is nobody brought up that interception.
That changed the whole game.
It did. It momentum big time and led to a touchdown. But my thing was, if you watched it, Tyler Croft went up. Yes, he pushed off, pass interference. Fine. Play should have been dead at that point. Tyler Croft goes up, has the ball, brings the ball down. Now, when he comes down, what does the corner do? Wrap around also. Now, they're both holding on to the ball, and then the official is already blowing the whistle, taps on him. Hey, guys, let's go. Stop. Okay, Tyler Croft, let's go.
Comes up with the ball. Yep.
The corner comes up. Oh, I got the ball. What?
Yeah.
The official who's standing there told Tyler, let go, let's go, stop it. Usually, for the most time,
receiver wins it.
The ball, comes down with the ball, it's his ball.
Dead. It's dead, yeah.
Even the guy from Fox or CBS, who was one of the big-time refs, said, that's a bad call. I don't know why they didn't reverse it. But everybody who's a Ram fan or who wants to see the Bills lose, oh, that was a good call. No, it wasn't a good call. Now, going down to the pass interference call that everybody's saying it was a bad call. If you watch the play, yes, the receiver initiated contact. That's fine. But the defensive back held on to him longer than
5 yards.
You cannot hold the receiver longer than 5 yards. Finish. That's it. It's done. And when he turned, it was actually a very smart play by Allen. It was like
to look for the ball. Yeah.
He threw the ball there. And when he tried to break off, the corner let go past 5 yards, Tom. Can't hold them past 5 yards.
That's right.
Automatic pass interference. We get the first down. Great. Now, another play that got on my nerves, which drove me a little insane. Let me take a sip.
We got to open up another one. It's already 30.
I know.
Remember, we got 3. I already been finished mine, man.
You got me fired up, Tom. Let me get Tom. All right. Now, another play, which to me makes no damn sense, was when Allen got horse tackled by Darnold. Great play by Darnold. Great play. But what makes no sense to me in this league, which I didn't know, by the way,
in the pocket,
15 yard. How is it okay for you to tackle somebody by the horse collar, which led to so many injuries? How is it okay to bring somebody down by a horse tackle in the pocket, but you can't do it while you're running?
I think it's kind of like like one of them calls, like a block in the back call. Once you engage with somebody, you know, in the trenches, if the guy turns his back on you, it's not a block in the back because you're already engaged. So that rule that they have them inside the pocket, I never heard of that before, to be honest with you. That was the first time I ever heard that.
And that's
but, I mean, I understand Josh Allen was upset, but he must have been really upset to get I mean, he almost got kicked out. And then when he had that other flag thrown on him, I thought he was going to get ejected. I was like, he
was mad. You could tell he was mad too. But my thing is, how are you not going to get injured in the pocket by a horse collar? And it's okay for you to, it's not okay to tackle somebody by a horse collar. It makes no sense. It shouldn't be allowed in the pocket, especially if you're protecting the quarterback so much. And it shouldn't be allowed on the open field or towards the sideline and anything. Junior Gonzalez, I heard this out of there. Somebody was trying to say that about Kuechly. It would be great, but who knows what kind of shape he is in right now, you know?
Who knows? Let's make that phone call, see what happens.
That's right, babe. I'm fired up. So anyway, so everybody complaining about that pass interference. If he just bumped him for 3 yards or held him for 3 yards, it would have been called. He did it past the 5 yards. And that's the rule. You can't hold him past 5 yards. Good call. And that was it. Period. And nobody talked about the BS pass. I mean, the interception that led to another touchdown, which was horrible. That was so bad. I couldn't believe it.
It was bad.
So,
and when Diggs got denied, you know, he got denied that first touchdown because it touched the ground on the end zone. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And then the other one that he caught, it was negated by by what, right? It was a Brian Winters holding call. That's why it negated that pass interference. So I know Diggs was fired up. He was a little upset. But man, how do you think Jalen Ramsey feels that he got burned 2 times in a row?
He probably won't.
In the red zone.
He won't talk about it. Listen, I must say about Jalen, he ended up saying that Josh Allen has improved. He's better. Blah blah blah.
Well, he got no choice. He got no choice but to say that. He can't. I mean, if he would have talked crap, even the Rams fans would have gave him some stuff, man. Come on now.
Up your second one?
I'm on the second one already. You don't hear I'm talking? Look.
There you go. That's for Rob.
I've been beat you.
That's for our buddy Rob, who's been on.
What's up, Rob?
We'll have to have him on another time too. Anyway, let's keep going. Where are we at? 34 minutes in this show. So anyway, my thing with the thing. All right, if you want to run the zone defense, I get it. I think our corners are fine. By the way, we'll hit on this real quick too eventually, but why not play man outside, mix up your zone defense in the middle? You know, okay, people are going to go after Levi. That's fine. Send them help.
And hide on top, yeah.
Yeah, mix it up. Even if you ship a linebacker towards the flats. Another thing is we've been playing nickel defense a lot. Are you
Matt
telling me,
Milano, bro.
huh?
What about Matt Milano, man? His coverage, brother. I'm really liking what I'm seeing with that man, bro.
That's the thing with
Even with that,
Milano. Milano's fast. Trey
yeah,
is, a beast in the middle. And the
yeah,
thing is, with these guys, you see the difference from last week's game, well,
absolutely,
the
absolutely.
week before and last week's game. You trust these guys. Milano, he could stick a
On the
receiver.
tight end,
Not
on the
all the
tight end,
receivers,
usually.
but he'll
Yeah,
stick a tight end, and he could
hmm
stick most of the running backs coming out.
yeah,
He's a beast. And
absolutely.
Trey just
Give
holds
him
that.
the. They better pay him. They better pay the man. That's
Yeah,
one guy they gotta pay.
they have to. Another thing is, what's his name? Where's AJ Klein? They've been running a lot of
Yeah,
nickel and zone. I guess they're trying to do matchups and everything. But man, it's just that zone's getting eaten up 2 weeks in a row.
yeah,
What's going on, Leslie? You got Leslie Frazier and McDermott, two defensive specialists. What is going on? This needs to stop.
yeah.
One good thing I said, they didn't give up a field goal before halftime. Great. That game, besides the BS interception, we probably would have lost that game.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
28. We were up 28-3 with 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter. That's when everything. There's plenty of time, yeah, but man, it was just like somebody just shut the door on our defense. Like, hey,
What was going on with Aaron Donald in the first half? They were controlling
Aaron Donald.
Well, and then the second half,
he
went off. He went insane. Anyway,
he had 2 sacks, forced fumble on Allen. And the dude, man, has to be one of the best defensive players in football, bro. He's nasty. I couldn't stop watching him. I just kept watching. I didn't even watch the game. I was just watching what he was doing half the time, and he was just—he's a man among children, man. That dude, I got to give him his props for sure.
He's a beast, dude. A beast. You can't take nothing away from him. He was a monster. Anyway. Let's keep going. Where am I? I'm all over the damn place. Got me all fired up.
It's the medalla.
I don't know if it's the medalla. Oh, one quick thing was this came out from the Buffalo Bills. I don't know how much of it's going to cover. We might be covered. We might not. Bam. We hope you and your family and friends remain healthy and safe and are enjoying. Hold on. Should I slide? But like this. Hi, you see me? Anyway, hope you and your strong are enjoying our strong start to the season. At the end of August, we announced we would not be having fans for the first 2 games of our season based on guidance from the New York State Department of Health for professional sports. As of today, there has been no change to these protocols, and the fans will not be able to attend home Bills games for the foreseeable future. We promise you are working diligently behind the scenes to ensure we are ready to provide fans with a safe environment should protocols change and we are able to root for the Bills in person. That's from the Buffalo Bills PR. Now, one thing that came out today, I believe it was that Governor Cuomo wants to go up to the Bills facilities and check it out and make sure everything's okay. So he might give the go-ahead for them to have fans. So let's see if that changes.
What timeline you think it would be? I wish we could have the Mafia there for the Chiefs game, but
that would be great.
That would be great, man.
That would be a great time. I didn't even think about that. All right, moving ahead to this man. Last week, Josh Allen was AFC Player of the Week. Today, it was announced that kaboom, bam,
Player of the Month, baby.
Player of the Month. You see that? Can you read that?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, read it.
Josh Allen has been named AFC Offensive Player of the Month. Allen is the first Bills player to earn the honor since Ryan Fitzpatrick in September of 2011. Allen's start to the season has been record-breaking. He now holds team records for the most passing yards, 1,038, best passer rating, 124.8, and most total touchdowns, 12 through 3 games.
Could you read that?
Here's where Allen.
No, hold on. Could you read that second thing that he has the record for? Best passer rating,
124.8.
Bam! Oh, haters. Go ahead.
And most total touchdown, 12 through 3 games. He's second in passing yards. He's second in passer rating, and total touchdowns, he's second. I can't see the bottom one. I don't know what it is. I think
it's a percentage or something that he's.
Yeah, 71% percentage. That's what it was. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to leave that up there while I read a few other notes. He's the first player now in NFL history with 10 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns in the first 3 weeks of a season. He is also the Bills' new all-time leader for passing yards, which you just said, through 3 weeks of a season. That surprised me, especially with Kelly and those weapons
Jim
they have.
Kelly, yeah.
Another thing is, he is one of the 4 QBs in NFL history. This guy is making history this year.
Damn.
With at least 1,000 passing yards, 10 passing touchdowns, and a QB rating of over 120 through his team's first 3 seasons of a game. For all those haters, bam! AFC Player of the Month. Somebody should send this to Jalen Ramsey. Bam! So, this guy, like we said,
all Jalen Ramsey's gonna say is how much he improved. He ain't gonna give him no props. That's come on now. But it does feel good that Josh was able to redeem himself. I love Josh. He's such a humble guy. You know what I mean? He's got a great work ethic. He doesn't feed into all the crap that people are talking about him. He just plays the game, man, and he has such a passion for the game that I'm so glad he's in Buffalo, bro.
Yeah. They didn't have to worry about no fans at MetLife tonight. That's where they play. No one was going to go to this game even with free tickets.
Rob, that ain't even right. You ain't even right, Rob.
2-0, whatever team's going at it tonight. I actually think Denver might win with their third string.
I think Denver. I don't know, man. I don't know because they got a situation over there with Adam Gase. If he loses, he's out. So either the player. No, go ahead, because we could talk about that real quick.
I mean, it's true, but whatever. Another more news. We'll talk about that later. Cam Lewis was released. This came out a little earlier. Why? To make room for your boy, who possibly might play this Sunday, Josh Norman. So let's see. I mean, it'd be good if they finally get him back. Not back, but he hasn't even played all year. It would be nice to see him out there. I don't know if they'll put him at the left corner spot or if they'll leave Levi there. Being that they're playing nickel, they could put him where I said he would be in the nickel slot, or they could try him out at left corner and move Levi into the nickel. I think if you did that with Levi, I think he'll even prosper more.
Be better. I agree with you, but one thing also too of the culture of the Buffalo Bills and what Coach McDermott is instilling in these guys is that even Josh Norman, even though he hasn't played, he was tweeting away. He said he was excited and he was proud to be a Buffalo Bill. And I mean, come on, that's a guy that hasn't even stepped on the field yet. That's the culture Bean and McDermott are instilling in the Buffalo Bills, and I'm just loving it, man. I mean, I was a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you. Third quarter against the Rams, it felt like the Houston game. You know what I mean? It's like, oh man, is this gonna crumble? Is this gonna, we got a lot of things to talk about. But here we are, a week later, we got the win. Was it an ugly win? Yeah, it was an ugly win. A win is a win. But I mean, a lot of people, such as Rob, was talking about that interception. I mean, the pass interference call. But I mean, if you put all the calls in perspective, it should have been a 2-touchdown game, with the Bills winning. But it was just a meltdown on defense. I'm pretty sure Leslie Frazier and company are gonna, recoup this week. I'm hoping they are, because the Raiders ain't no joke, man. They got some good receivers. They got Zay Jones. They got a lot of guys over there. So, and they're 2-1. You know what I mean? Like I said.
Go ahead.
Like I said, I mean, I saw them play the New England Patriots, and it was a 2-score game. They never really got close to them. So I like our chances against the Raiders, but this is a team. They're on the edge too. They lost one. They coming for the Bills, man.
No, yeah. You can't take nothing away from them. Real quick, if the Rams make that field goal, we would have been tied. But if they didn't, I mean, that interception should have been there. So they might have been down by 7. It's all if and ends or whatever the hell you want to say.
It's the football gods, man. It's the football gods.
The other thing were our penalties in the second half wasn't good. And where was our offense? Our offense froze. It just went quiet. We scored 28 points, and then in the second half, we didn't score crap really.
Nothing.
Until we needed to, So, again, like you said, ugly. We dominated the first half. Second half was ugly. Gave up way too many yards. but we still won the game. That's all that matters. Hate, you can hate, you don't hate. Just know the rules because again, that was pass interference. If you like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. Some people were like it was uncatchable. Well, he threw it in the right area, just enough, close enough to get the call, which was a smart play by Allen. And also, I forgot one of the touchdowns. I don't know if it was Smith's touchdown or another one. Allen audibled the play. He switched the play, and they scored
Oh,
on
okay.
it. So it was a smart play. He's done his work and he's gotten better, like we said in the offseason. This guy's put in work, went and worked out with the player. Just imagine if they had the whole full season to practice, offseason. They'd probably be
Yeah.
even more connected than they are. Another big thing was Diggs love. He says, "Yo, I love playing with Allen." The
Yeah.
guy puts in work, the guy that you want to play for him. And that's another thing towards the culture of this team. Like we said in the past, also a lot of players go to Buffalo. We don't want to go to Buffalo, but when they do get to Buffalo, they're like family,
Hmm.
which is cool. All right, let's go on to this week's game. We got 45 minutes. Not sure how much time we got. I have to hit Bobby over there with the private talk. But all right, Bills versus Raiders. This team has met 41 times, including 2 playoff games in their history. A little tad note, which I didn't know for a while until I heard it in some special. Owner back in the day, Ralph Wilson, he actually helped the Raiders maintain their team. He had, I don't know if he gave them a loan or helped them out with money. Al Davis back in the day, they were going to lose the squad. And Wilson actually helped them keep the Raiders in the league. So that was pretty cool, I thought, back in the day, Mr. Wilson. Anyway, the 2 playoff games they did have. Actually, right now, the Raiders lead the series 21-20. So maybe we could even it up, be 50-50.
We're hoping.
Yeah, the Bills won the 2 playoff games they did play in 1994 for a
Blowout.
divisional playoff. No, not that one. For the
Okay.
divisional playoff game, the Bills beat them 29-23. Now, the blowout was in 1991, and I was all nervous, even though Bo was hurt or coming back from injury. They blew him out in the AFC Championship, man, 51-3. I think during the offseason, the NFL Network had it playing, and I watched that whole damn game again. It was
Uh-huh.
just beautiful. For too bad we lost.
It's good to say that on the winning end, isn't it?
Yeah, coming into this game, the Bills are 3-0. The Raiders are 2-1. And like you said, they lost to New England. Listen, points per game, the Bills are averaging 31 points per game, which is 3rd in the league. The Raiders, 29.3. They're 8th. So they can put up some numbers. Points allowed, we're averaging 25.7 points a game, which is not good. We're ranked 16th in the league. They have allowed 30 points per game, which is worse than us, and they're ranked 25th in the league. Now, sacks-wise, we have 8 sacks, which is tied, I believe, for 8th, or we're 8th in the league. They only have 3, which is 28. So, hopefully our offensive line will buy us some time and Winters won't hold. I was surprised because Winters really didn't play in the first 2 games, so I don't know if somebody's banged up or what, but he did play last week, and we thought he would start afterwards. Anyway, turnovers, we're -1, which ranks 20th in the league. They're -2, and they're ranked 21st in the league. So it's not like we're so spread apart. The teams are pretty close. The one thing I do you have to mention is this. Well, where's my still? We're going to be halfway covered, half not. So here we go. Bam. This is hard to read, but the Raiders have 17 players on their injury report right now. And as you can see, their safety is limited the last 2 days. A cornerback, I believe that's their left cornerback, did not participate last week. On Wednesday or Thursday for wrist or thumb. I think you could play with that, but hey, he didn't practice. Trent Brown, his calf, did not practice Wednesday or today. Rookie Byron Edwards didn't practice, foot problem. They already said he was out. Another Rico, I don't even know who Rico is, but he did not practice Wednesday or today. A few of their guys, 4 in a row, practiced fully. Their linebackers, they have 2 of their starting linebackers. There they are right now, limited and limited. They're not even sure. They have a defensive tackle, did not practice the last 2 days. Henry Ruggs, my guy on fantasy, did not practice the last 2 days. He had hamstring problems. The guys, they got a lot of banged up guys. Another tackle, Young, limited. Their other corner, Lawson, not even listed for Wednesday. It was limited today. There are so many injuries, 17. So, it's beautiful for us. Two linebackers, starting linebackers, questionable. Their left corner and strong safety, questionable. Two wide receivers, questionable. So Zay Jones, ex-Buffalo Bill, will get some time. Who knows if they're going to hand out any suspensions? I doubt it. Why not?
Probably fines.
Probably fines, but if you want to get crazy, say, hey, sorry, the guy who was holding the thing, you should have known better. We're going to suspend you for a game, maybe, if you want to get nuts. But
he's one of their best players, so I doubt it.
Yeah, it's going to be most likely fines.
Yeah.
So matching up with all these injuries, if these guys don't play, good for us. If you want to look at our list here, bam, John Brown, he's holding calf injury. He was limited. He didn't practice Wednesday. There's a lot of guys who don't practice Wednesday just for rest, but he didn't practice. He was limited Wednesday. One I don't like here is Dawkins. He was limited his shoulder. He did come out for 1 or 2 games, our plays last weekend, but then he returned to the game. Edmonds, good. He was full. He looked good all week. From again is the whole COVID-19 thing, which seems not to matter because they just postponed the game. So Michael Hyde, when he took that shot, I was worried. He texted me too. I was like, oh,
yeah, I was nervous too. Yeah.
Limited his ankle. Let him rest these next few days. Quentin, big boy, his foot. That's not good, but he was full today. Dawson Knox finally getting out of concussion protocol, I take it. And, Croft, man, if the guy's healthy, he's a very good tight end. So let's see what happens with Knox and Croft. Makes him up. This one still stinks.
Just to touch on that real quick, Josh Allen said he loves all of his tight ends. Whether it's Smith.
Oh, good.
He loves all. They're all good. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I was a little bit nervous with Knox being out, but man, Smith and Croft, man, they filled in lovely.
Yeah.
I mean, they both had touchdowns.
Big thing here. Ed Oliver, limited, did not practice. His knee, big boy knee problem. Hopefully that's nothing. Yeah. And again, still Deshaun Phillips made the squad, and he has not played in the last 3 games. Why don't they just put him on
IR?
IR. He should have been on their IR. Well, at least he was limited, so it's looking a little more promising.
Yes, sir.
Now, here's a picture. I guess you could touch base on this. These guys know each other. I mean, here we go. Go ahead, talk about it. Bam.
Hold on. Well, there was a story circulating back in the day when they were in high school. They damn, now I gotta find it real quick. You put me on the spot. They were in the camp. Go ahead. Fresno State, yeah. And they wound up being together, and apparently they pulled Carr out and put him with the most athletic kids, and they put Josh Allen on the other side. So I know Josh is going to have a little bit of a chip on his shoulder when he comes back and plays Derek Carr. So, I mean, Derek Carr is 2-1 right now. I don't know his numbers. You probably have them better than I do right there, but Josh Allen has a chip on his shoulder, and I know he's going to want his game. If you look at the picture, he's still got Buffalo Bills. Put that picture up again. He's got the Buffalo Bills colors on. What you think about that? Is that premeditated or what?
That's pretty cool. The only thing is, so pretty much what they did, they went to Fresno State and hosted a camp for kids, high school kids, and they took the scrubs and sent them with Josh Allen. And took the good.
See, you put it. Yeah, I'm saying it nicely. Now you doing it raw. Now go ahead.
I'm keeping it real. Here. They put the scrubs with
I'm
Josh.
trying to be nice about it.
They pretty much said, Josh, you're the scrub. We're going to give you the scrubs. And Carr, you're the man. And we're going to give you the stars. Scrubs. That's what happened. It ain't right, man. Cool. But look who's the star now.
He said he saw Carr said he saw Josh Allen. He said he's a foot and a half taller than what he was in high school.
But it's funny. Look at this picture. I don't know where he got it from, but look how young Josh Allen looks, man.
He was a kid.
He still looks like a kid with a little weird mustache, but
Yeah.
he's older now. It's cool. So that was a cool picture you found, or whoever found it, but that you shared it with us, and that's why we downloaded and put it on here. Looking at this Raiders game. Soon we got to do our picks. We got to hit up Bobby. Bobby, hit me on private message chat and tell me how much time we got. Anyway, like I said, it comes down to the injuries. They're starting 3 pretty much wide receivers banged up. They might not even start. So you're going to have to go with Zay Jones. You know, they're tight ends. They have good tight ends. Even though old veteran Jason Witten still gets open, knows how to find those holes. You know, excuse me, David Carr, I like him as a quarterback. Some people are giving up on the guy already. I like him. I think if
he's still good, man.
Player.
He's still good, and getting back to Witten, he's still a hell of a tight end. Buffalo Bills usually have problems with tight ends, man, defensively. So it's going to be a good matchup with Milano. Let's see how Milano matches up with him. Zay Jones, I know he has a chip on his shoulder on that end because when he was released, I remember his father actually tweeted that he didn't want to be here anyway or something to that effect.
He did. I don't know if they didn't give him a chance or he just never really stepped up.
The numbers didn't really stuck.
He had that incident with the medication. He went ape crap or something in the hotel. Yeah. Everybody thought they were going to cut him, and they still gave him a chance to prove himself. Yeah. So I mean,
yeah, but his dad was on. You know, tweeted something that either he wasn't happy to be here or he was glad he was out. It was something to that effect. I don't want to, quote that and get in trouble or something. But I know there was something with his dad to that effect. But that's just fuel for for him to play against his former teammates, and he's been doing pretty good. That's the last one. All right, I got mine right here. My third. Shoot, we only got 3. Next week is 4.
Well, maybe we'll have 4. Let's see. Hopefully, we'll have 4.
These are empty. These are empty right here. Let me see. I can't even find the front of the camera. There you go. 2 empty ones right there.
Because if not, we're going to be thirsty next week if we don't win. Anyway.
Oh man.
Listen, the good thing is they have 2 banged up offensive tackles. If they don't play, that's going to be pretty good for us. Again, on defense, if you're going to miss your 2 of your start, you have your strong linebacker, your middle linebacker and your weak linebacker are both questionable. Your starting left cornerback's questionable. Your safety.
New England ran all over him last week. I know that.
Your backup weak linebacker, he's questionable. Your defensive tackle, he's questionable. There's a lot of guys who are questionable on this squad. So, who knows? Hopefully it stays like that because it's better for us than, beat up. But the thing is, this team needs to learn. You knock somebody down, you don't let them back up. You don't give them hope. You got to take this team out. You can't be allowing other teams to come out. This team showed they could hang with the big boys. They're 2-1. They lost to New England. Very good defensive squad still, even though two of their main players opted out. Just imagine if they didn't opt out.
It's a Bill Belichick team, man. You got to.
Yeah, you can't.
No matter how you cut it. I mean, I was excited when all them guys started opting out. I mean, you talked about it like, man. But then again, after we started gloating, like, yeah, this guy's out and this guy opted out, this guy. And then we're like, it's still a Bill Belichick team, though.
Quick thing. So Kurt and Kenny from the K&K show, or Brother Joe's, whatever you want to say, they brought up a thing. It was like there was rumors, which are some people saying are not true, that the New England Patriots are actually trying to trade for Julio Jones. Like, how would we feel about that? And I was like, that would suck. But it's a thing that actually the Patriots I could see doing because they seem to pull out these trades and stuff.
Absolutely.
If I'm other teams in this league, I wouldn't want to trade with the Patriots. They've been running this league for how long?
Been dominating, yeah.
Why keep feeding them? It's insane. Another thing was they asked the way Josh Allen is playing, and his contract's coming up soon. Would you pay him like these other top quarterbacks, $30 million+ a year? Personally, I said yeah.
Show him the money, bro.
Yeah, each year he's gotten better.
Progressive, yeah.
Years, not so great. Now look at you gave him another weapon, and look at what he's doing with it. And don't get me wrong, towards the end of the fourth quarter in that game, he got a little sloppy. He got frustrated. He started making dumb plays. One play I actually did not mind was when he was running and he tried to pitch the ball to Levi Wallace. I got mad
Yeah,
more at Levi Wallace because
for
if
not
Levi
paying attention.
Wallace, yeah, kept running with
Levi
him,
Wallace. Not with
no,
Levi Wallace.
McKenzie. It was McKenzie.
McKenzie, yeah, Isaiah McKenzie, yeah.
McKenzie keeps running with him.
He
Yo,
gets that
McKenzie gets
pitch.
at least to the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
We would have had first down.
Yeah.
Why'd you stop and then be like, just try?
But that's Josh. That's what I love about Josh. It's a love-hate relationship. You love that he's trying to make plays, but you hate that he's putting that ball at risk like that. I mean, it was a kind of a heads-up play.
I didn't mind it because you saw McKenzie, and I'm like, all right, McKenzie's running with him, and then when the ball just falls on the ground. Luckily, it wasn't
went out of bounds. Yeah.
It was live,
Yeah.
But then McKenzie is like, dude, you got to keep going.
Didn't even see it coming. Play. Yeah.
You got to keep going. You don't give up.
Heads up. It's a heads up play.
It was, but so I don't mind that. That was good. He did get frustrated, and one thing he has to do is he needs
hold on to the ball.
Well, not even that too. He needs to take what the defense gives him.
Yeah.
And that last few drives, he was throwing the ball, waiting too long.
No coverage. Yeah.
He was just waiting for the deep, waiting for that first down. But you had guys cutting in front for 5 yards, 3 yards. Listen, you don't need a first down every play. Take what you if you tell first play you get 3 yards, fine. All you need is 7 now. First play or second play you get 5 yards. Okay, now you just need 3. He needs to learn that. So that was one thing trying to drove me crazy. There he is right now. We just actually started talking about your stuff, Kenny. Welcome. What's up, Kenny?
What's up, Kenny?
Yeah, we were talking about this. We're talking about it right now. Actually, I'm saying pay him. Then he said,
show him the money.
We're saying why. He's progressed every year. He's gotten better. Like I said, this year his numbers are just going insane. So now we need to win a playoff game. So if he puts up these numbers now, let's say continues to do what he's doing.
You got to give credit to Bean too, man. Got to give him the money too. I mean, he's the architect, man. He brought that piece. He brought Diggs in there to complement Josh. Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry I interrupted you like that, but I mean, it's got to be said. Bean is the architect, brother. I mean, he brought Diggs in there.
But yeah, they need to pay Bean. They need to keep this. Oh wow, 46.
Darnold with a 46. Are you sure it's a 4.6 yard or 46? Am I reading that right?
46. That's crazy. Anyway, they need to keep these guys. They need to pay. Well, they paid McDermott. Fine. Yes. Paid Bean. Keep Bean. You put this all together. Allen, if he continues the way he is, he's going to be top 5 paid quarterback, I think, in this league. If he continues, especially if they get to the playoffs and he wins 1 game or 2 games. And again, if he keeps going this way, he's going to be a top 5 quarterback.
And you got to give credit to Dable too. Got to give credit to Brian Dable. So they got to either what do they do? What do they do? Do they keep him? You think he'll be a head coach, or you think he'll stick it out like he did?
Two spots I see Dable going: the Jets or Atlanta Falcons. I think both those coaches, especially Atlanta, if they don't start winning, he's going to be fired. And next year, I could see Dable going either to the New York Jets or the Atlanta Falcons.
Well, write that down. We're going to write that down. I think he's going to stay. This is our prediction. You say he might go to Atlanta and the Jets. I say if we have a successful year here and we go pretty deep in the playoffs, I say he stays for 1 more year.
All right. Well, we got to keep moving. I think we got about 10 or 15 minutes left from the last time. Also, let's see. Here we go. Kenny, got another question. Let's take care of this because Kenny's the man. I was going to ask your thoughts on Cole Beasley. I think he is a very solid slot receiver, perfect for when the weather gets Buffalo. We agree.
I agree.
We both predicted Beasley to have a really good year. Last year, he had over 1,000 yards. Everybody's going to be sticking on Diggs, and with Brown,
he's going to have a big
Diggs or Brown. Season. So Cole should have a big season, picking up those garbage yards in the middle. He even had he was one of the big contributors for our last week's win, especially with that.
Absolutely. 3rd and 22. Yeah, and he caught that ball and got the first down. I mean, I love the way when he does them crossing routes. And actually, believe it or not, for being such a small guy, the yards after the catch, man, he catches and get 3-4 yards after that. Like you would think they would be all over him, But
Yeah,
yeah, Beasley's a great asset. I'm glad that we got him. He's a great contributor. He's great in the slot, and
yeah,
I'm just glad he's a Buffalo Bill.
yeah. He's quick. I like him. I was happy when they signed him. He was one of those guys I wished
Yep.
they would sign him, and they actually went out and signed him, which is totally different from the past. The past, that's why McDermott and Bean, these guys have been doing a great job. Love what they're doing.
How about the emergence of Gabriel Davis? He's this guy catching balls like he's a vet.
Well,
I'm
we're going
so
to see
excited
more.
about Gabriel Davis too.
We're going to see more of him this week, especially if John Brown's banged up, and he's been averaging
Yeah.
over 40% or 40 plays per game.
Per game, yeah.
The guy's been doing great. Oh, okay.
We gotta get into predictions right here before we're running out of time.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to have a few Raider fans come on, and my one buddy just told me he's sick as a dog. Hopefully, he feels better, and go from there. All right. Last week
I got the cure. This is the cure right here, bro.
My buddy Jimmy is actually the one guy he's a Raider fan. Him, his wife, and two of his neighbors. It was the first time I ever went to a Bills game, and the only time we drove up out there, and he took me out there. Cool guy. He's the owner of Jimmy G's in Haledon and Jimmy G's North up in, I'm not sure where it is, if it's Franklin or something like that, New Jersey. Very great wings. Anyway, last week I went 10-6. One of my parlays hit, so if you guys played my parlay, you won a few bucks. What you do last week? What were your numbers?
Straight up, I went 10-5 with the tie 1. 10-5-1, so I didn't do too bad.
All right.
I'm overall 35-12-1. That's what I'm overall.
I haven't added mine yet, but
that's all right. Next week, add them up for next week.
All right, moving into this week, one of the games already started. It was even the last time I checked. I'm not sure what it was at this point. Denver against the Jets. I would go with Denver, even though we know now Darnold has a touchdown and might be leading Denver. I went with Denver. Again, Vinny picks. I'm picking with the money lines. Go ahead.
Over under. Yeah, I got the Jets, man, because my brother-in-law is a diehard Jets fan, so I had this conversation with him, and I'm gonna make it quick because we got to roll through. Yeah. But apparently, Adam Gase's job is on the line after this game, so it's up to the players. Do the players want to fight and keep them there and win, or do they just give up and let it go? I think they want to give them a chance. I got the Jets 24-17, man. I think they're going to pull this out, especially with the injuries on Denver. I don't think they're going to pull it off.
I think that team gave up on them. Watching that San Fran game, and then I actually gave them hope last week, and the way they played, I think that team gave up on them. But again, this is a 0-3. I think both of them 0-3 or whatever.
Yeah.
Who knows? It's ugly football. Right, moving on. Indy against Chicago. Indy's -2.5. I mean, I don't think, like I said earlier, I think the Colts win this game, and I think they cover. 2.5 is not that bad. The Bears actually might be better, though. I actually forgot about Nick Foles.
Nick Foles is starting.
Yeah. Trubisky, but I'm still whatever. I'm going to go with Indy at 2.5. With giving 2.5.
You're going to go with Indy? Yeah, I agree with you, man. I'm going to take the Colts. Nick Foles was fired up last week, the way he came back. He's the starter this week. Defense played pretty good also. I think the Colts are gonna take this one. I got them 21-14 for Colts.
All right. Got Khalil Mack, that monster, man. He's a beast. All right.
I got Colts. I mean, listen, I'm making it straight now. I know Nick Foles is starting for the Bears, but I still got the Colts winning. I just want to make that clear now.
Oh, I got you. All right. Anyway, Jacksonville going down to Cincinnati. Cincinnati's -3. I don't know. Cincinnati's been playing some good football. Their record's not showing it. But guess what? I'm going with the stash. I like Minshew. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars go into Cincinnati and win this. And they're getting 3 points.
Man, that's a good pick, but I'm going with the Bengals. Burrow's been playing pretty good. I mean, they tied with Philly. It was a decent game. I don't know if you watched it. It was all right. I think they're gonna pull this off against the Stash. So I got the Bengals. I got them 28-14.
All right. Cleveland Dog Pound heads down into the Lone Star State. Dallas is giving up 4.5. Again, Cleveland was just a disappointment to me. Listen, if Cleveland, anybody in Cleveland's listening, if you guys want, reach out to me. Tell the owner I'll be your GM. You could give me a GM basis, and I'll get this team on track. All right. And I want, if I make the playoffs, I want a bonus. And then if we make the second round, I want a guaranteed 4 to 5 years contract. But I'll get this team on track. With that said, the Dallas Cowboys are going to cover the 4.5, and you guys are going to lose again because it's just bad over there.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think it's going to be a blowout. I think the Cowboys are going to do good. They're going home. Their defense is a little suspect. Browns could run the ball, so it's kind of edgy there. But I think Dak is going to have a great game. I got him 31-21. Dallas.
Right. The Saints heading into Detroit. Possibly Michael Thomas coming back. I hope so because, I drafted him number 1 in one of my teams, and he hasn't been there. Anyway, Detroit surprised me last week and beat Arizona. They knocked me out of the survivor pool because I had Arizona thinking they'd go into Detroit and beat them. Kyler Murray threw 3 picks, killed me. But I still like New Orleans giving 4.5. So Detroit's getting 4 at home. I like New Orleans Saints. I don't know.
Man, I think it's going to be a tight one. Saints, I don't know if you saw the Packers-Saints game. They didn't really look good at all, man. They look kind of really bad. But, Stafford played well. He played pretty decent last week. I think it's going to be a tight one. So I got the Saints 28-27.
Wow, 1 point. And the Saints are supposed to have one of the top defenses. What's going on there too? It's kind of crazy. All right, where are we at? Pittsburgh, Tennessee, postponed. Doesn't matter. Doesn't count. Los Angeles Chargers are heading down into the Tampa Buccaneers. Buccaneers are giving up 7. I actually like Tampa. I think Tampa should win this game. I just don't know. Oh, Kenny's saying he thinks Burrow gets his first victory. On board with Vinny on that one. Kenny, you must have had 5 beers. I don't know. I don't think so. But it should be. If they keep playing the way they are, there's a chance. All right. Who you got in? Oh, shit. Sorry. Pittsburgh, Tennessee, done. Seattle, Miami. Seattle's only given 6.5.
You didn't give me the Chargers in Tampa Bay.
Oh, you didn't do that? I actually skipped one.
No, that's what you did. Well, Chargers are coming in from the West Coast. Ray's been playing pretty good. I ain't gonna, I hate to say it. I don't even know who's gonna be the quarterback for the Chargers. So I don't know. I think Ray's gonna run away with this one.
Herbert. Herbert, whatever his name is.
I didn't know. Hubert is playing. All right, I still got the Bucks 28-19.
All right, what's driving me? This is like, look at this. If Jose, I would say Will tries to show us his version of the mustache. I might have to. I was going to shave and cut my hair today, but I didn't. It took too long.
Hey Kenny, I'm trying to do the Fitzpatrick. I said I ain't shaving until we lose, so my wife don't like it, but I'm gonna keep rolling with it.
All right. Where am I? See, I skipped Seattle, Miami. Seattle's going into Miami, and they're only giving up 6.5. I don't know why.
I'm lost.
Listen, we got to go quick. Bobby's like, we're almost done. Anyway, I'm taking Seattle was giving 6.5. I don't know why they won't go in there and smack them up, but go ahead. Who you got?
They ain't gonna be able to slow Russell. Russell's the beast, man. I think they're gonna run away with it. I think 31-21, Seattle.
All right, moving down. Baltimore and Washington. I guess it's the battle of DC over there, Baltimore, whatever. Baltimore, last time I saw, was giving up 13. It's kind of steep. Just Washington, you don't know which team's going to show up. And who knows, if this kid Haskins loses again, he might lose his job. I'm going to take Baltimore giving up the 13.
That's a good call, man. I mean, even though I'm going straight up, Lamar didn't look good against the Chiefs. I think he's looking to rebound. Against Washington, I got him 21-7.
All right. Moving on down. Baltimore. Arizona is trying to recapture that loss they had. They're giving up 3.5 to the Carolina Panthers. Without McCaffrey, I just don't know about these Carolina Panthers, even though they did get a win last week. I picked them to win. I'm going to take Arizona with the 3.5. I don't think Kyler Murray is going to mess up like he did last week.
I'm with you, man. Arizona all the way. I got them 21-14, Arizona.
All right, see, you got them covering too. All right, here we
Yep.
go. Minnesota against Houston. 2-0 first. Houston's -4. I think Houston gets their first win, and I believe they cover this one. I just don't know about this Minnesota team. They went from being so good to what the hell happened. I'm taking Houston.
Yeah, that's that. They're both 0-3. Damn, Texas been playing. They've been playing out the gate. They've been playing all good teams. I mean, they need to win one. They need to win one. They got a brutal schedule, bro. I mean, really look at who they played. The Chiefs. I mean, you could go down the list, the last 3 games, but they're gonna have to rebound on this one. And if they don't, they're in serious trouble. So I got the Texans 31, Vikings 14.
All right, cool. Moving on. Kenny's actually team, the New York Giants, are going to go visit the team. The Buffalo Bills just smacked up a little. The New York, Los Angeles Rams. Rams are -12 points from the last time I saw on ESPN. I'm actually going to take the Rams with the 12. I think the Giant team is just rough. Go ahead.
Blowout. That's all I gotta say. I think the Rams are gonna blow them out. They're gonna be at home after 2 long road trips. They want to get settled back in. They're probably pissed about this last game because they could easily been 3-0. So I think they're gonna take it out on the Giants.
Come on.
Okay. 31-14 Rams.
All right.
Sorry, bro.
Big tough matchup here. New England against KC. KC's -7. I would like to see New England win, but I want them to lose, so we stretch a little further up. I'm going to take KC -7.
Good call. I'd take the over on that, man, if I were you, but because Kansas City is the bomb. They are the team to beat in the AFC. So I got them beating New England 31-21.
Bam. Moving on. We got San Fran against Philly. Philly's going into San Fran. San Fran's -7. I don't know why. I think Philly's going to get their first win this week. Getting 7.
49ers. 49. No way. Carson hasn't played well. He's struggling. He's got to get back on track. But I still got the 49ers. 49ers going to beat them. It's probably going to be a close one. I got them 21-17.
Bam. All right. Monday night game. Atlanta against Green Bay. Atlanta, I don't know what team this is. Who the hell knows? I'm going to go with Green Bay because they're just scoring a tons of points. They're giving up 7.5 at home. I'm going to take Green Bay, giving 7.5.
Good call. They choked the last 2 games. They haven't been playing good. I think they're gonna choke again against Aaron Rodgers. He's on a roll. Candidate for MVP this year. I got Green Bay winning 31-24.
All right. Last but not least, Buffalo Bills going into Las Vegas. They're taking the road trip. Don't know. Bills better stay focused and not go out there gambling and messing around. No Bunny Ranch visits. Bills are giving up 3. I like Buffalo here. They should cover the 3. I'm taking Buffalo to go 4-0.
I'm looking for a lot of guys stepping up too. I'm hoping Josh Norman comes in, and I'm hoping the defense steps it up again. Even though we're going away a long way to the West Coast, our first West Coast trip, I still got the Bills winning 24-14.
Listen, Kenny, if you guys need me and I'm off during the day, I will fill in, no problem. You guys should have a topic. Oh, look at this. Kenny is actually putting on here. This is his pick. Oh, hold on, Bobby. You gonna put it up? Put it up. Bobby puts Kenny's thing. Bills 24, Raiders 3. Man,
it's a tight one.
Players, I hope it's not that close. I'll take the win. I hope it's not that close. Last but not least, as I always do, I throw out 3-game parlays. My one parlay is going to be Green Bay -7.5, Buffalo -3, and Seattle -6.5. That was one ticket. The other ticket will be Houston -4.5, Tampa -7, and Dallas -4.5. And that's about it. Thanks to everybody who chimed in today.
Chug it. The last one's left, real quick. You got to chug and finish it.
Thanks for Kenny popping up in. Hold on, where else I got? Rob, Juliet, Junior, Kyle, Tom. Even Tom got me all fired up. But thanks for everybody who checked in and commented and watched. Congrats to Buffalo Bills. Vinny,
Next week it'll be 4.
Maybe
Next week it'll be 4.
I don't know why I agreed to this, but anyway, thank you, everybody. Bobby in the background, thank you. Good night.
Go
Good
Bills! Viva los
Go
Bills!
Buffalo.
Go Bills!
And we'll see you all next week,
Go
Thursday,
Bills! Go Bills! Go Bills!
7:30. Bye. Peace out. Where am I?